Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. I thank you so much for your interest. The Gemara in Maseches Shabbos and Daf Kuf Daled teaches us something very interesting, that when the little children, today we would call them maybe Cheder Yinglach, little school children, little sweet holy Jewish children, when they would learn the Aleph Beis, they wouldn't just say Aleph Beis Gimel Daled Hey Vav, but there would be a lesson. In each letter there's a lesson. So when they got to Gimel Daled, they said Gimel tells us Gmol, and Daled tells us Dalim. Instead of it just being CD, Gimel Daled, Gmol Dalim. What does that mean? It means to pay the poor. Gmul is some sort of payment. In other words, it's like they earned it. How do they earn it? In other words, the Gimel is Gmol, and the Daled is Dalim. Dalim is poor. And the Gimel is what you have to repay them. You owe them. What did they do? What did they do to earn payment? So we have to understand that when someone's in need and our heartstrings are tugged at, we feel like we need to give because Anachnu Rachmanim B'nei Rachmanim. And these are our brothers and these are our sisters, like the Rambam says in Ochos Manas Aniyim. Who are we going to go to? We're going to go to the people who are protesting in favor of the Hamas all over the world. That's who we're going to go to for help. We're going to go to our brothers, because all of Klal Yisrael are brothers and sisters. That's who we're going to go to. When you hear your brother's in pain, it hurts you. It's your pain, so that's why you give. And that's a beautiful, beautiful reason to give, because of a warm, caring, loving Jewish heart. Of course, we also give because it's the tzivui of the Borei Olam. As the Torah says, you shouldn't be stingy, you shouldn't be miserly, you shouldn't close your heart and your hand. You give, and if you give, God will bless you. There's no doubt about it. He's going to bless you in this world, the next world. It's another reason we give. Possibly the primary reason. It's the Ratzon of Hashem. Or as it says, Nerachaim HaKadosh, the Al Shechadis Sfarim, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu just gave those who have more as sort of, that's the bank for those who don't have. They're just holding on to the money for those who don't have. And then when those who don't have need the money, that you withdraw the money and you give it to them. So that's also another reason to give. It's really not ours in the first place. It was just given to us in order to give to others. But here in the Gemara we have another lesson. It's a Gemul. They're being paid. What's the payment? So one of my teachers taught that this world is made up of people who have, Baruch Hashem, and people who don't have, people who are needy. And people who are needing are filling a very, very important purpose in this world. We need them. They need us and we need them. Because that's the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. He created the world that there should be givers and takers. Even though the givers are takers. When you give, you're getting a lot more back than you gave. So of course you're taking. It looks like on the surface, it looks like we're giving. But we need there to be, as part of God's system, we need there to be takers as well. We need there to be dalim, poor people. So we're essentially paying them for their hard work, for their suffering. It's Gmol Dalim. They're really getting payment. The world has to be made up of those who are needy. And it's a very, very difficult task all the time to be wondering where your next meal is going to come from, how you're going to pay the rent. Nevertheless, they fill that purpose, and often with thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu on their lips, many of the great holy Jews. And that's really our job. Our job is to give them payment for their work. And that's why the Gemara says further that the Gimel, the leg of the Gimel is reaching out, is stretching out towards the Dalet. Because those who have are running after the Dalim. Because they understand they have to pay them. They earned it. They're fulfilling the Ratzon of Hashem by being poor. And therefore I have to also fulfill the Ratzon Hashem by providing the poor with his or her needs. Rabbi Rabbi Sai, if you read the letter that I wrote about Chani and her family. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And I know everybody cares. People I spoke to told me how much it touched them, how much it moved them. And I ask that we bring that Lidei Maisa to action, and we help Chani, who suffers so much, with such incredible emunah and positivity, and her children. And she's fulfilling her task of being a tremendous ma'amina, someone who's devoted to raising her children according to Torah and with the values of Torah and mitzvahs. And despite everything she went through and all of her suffering, she always maintained such emunah and such positivity. And she's fulfilling the task of being those who are dalim, those who are unfortunately needy, and who suffered so much through no fault of her own. And it's our task as those HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us such great gifts, to be there and to provide for her payment, for the payment of her children. They earned it by being the dalim. I thank you, sweet and beloved friends, so much for your caring, for your sensitivity, for your open hearts, for your open wallets. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu repay you not tenfold, not 100-fold, but many million times fold in this world and the next world. And you should have nachas from your families, nachas from the world, nachas from yourselves. And we should be zocha b'karav, that Mashiach should come, and we should see the Gula Shlema, U'macha Hashem Elokim Dima Me'al Kol Panim, V'cher Posamo Yasir, and we should see such tremendous simcha for Klal Yisrael and for all of mankind. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Shalom, shalom.